So first of all, I just want to thank Jessie for her activism and for her passion, and Hugh, you as well, for the energy and also your legacy. And I also want to thank the organizers for putting together an event like this. This is a beautiful day, and thank you for the opportunity to speak. I'm a new face. My name is Chris Ford. I'm the managing partner and CEO of Capco Canada. I look after about 500 people on the 50th floor of First Canadian Place, right in the center of the financial district. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I did an engineering degree about 20 years ago, and after finishing that engineering degree, I went to Northern California, the South Bay Area, Silicon Valley, and worked. I lasted about a year, and the reason why I came back is because I'm a Canadian, and I miss being in Canada.
Yeah.
And those Canadian values that compelled me to come back to Canada and to build my life here are what compel me to speak out about basic income today. In the 20 years that I've been in Canada, I've spent most of that time conceptualizing, designing software and technology for the Canadian banks. And it's been my privilege to do that. The Canadian economy relies on financial services. It's been an important part of our industry, and there's tens of thousands of people who work for and in that industry. But now, the business that I work for and lead today here in Canada, our job is to enable the future of that industry. And the way that we do that is with technology. And every day I wake up, and one of the things I think about is how to eliminate jobs in the Canadian banks. And the types of jobs that I want to eliminate are repetitive, routine, paper handling, jobs that are soulless, if you ask me. My family came to Canada, I guess, 75 years ago, after World War II as immigrants from South Wales. And my ancestors spent 7 days a week lying on their back, clawing coal out of the earth. They don't do that anymore. We've eliminated that type of work. And I look at a lot of the work that happens today in the information industry along the very same lines. When we do projects for the Canadian banks now, we're doing projects that are introducing computers to determine what services they should offer to you. We're introducing computers and automation to decide whether you should get a mortgage or a loan. When you call the bank over the phone now, more than likely a computer is answering the phone. In the future, you're going to actually talk to someone who sounds like a human, but is actually a robot or a computer. I don't feel bad about eliminating that type of work, but we have an obligation to create a future that will allow for the displacement that I know we're causing. A future in which people have a basic floor upon which they can depend for basic needs. We're better than that. And what Hugh said, people talk about affordability as an excuse. A lot of people that I interact with work in private equity or hedge funds or investment banks, corporate finance, and their biggest problem is that they don't have enough places to invest their money to make even more money. I've never seen such concentration of wealth in the 1% and higher than I do right now. And I'm getting kind of tired of hearing to people that I work with and alongside of complain about the fact that they don't have enough places to invest their money to make even more money, when such an obvious problem and contrast exists with so many people who have low-income jobs. They're in non-purposeful service industries, and it's just so obvious that what we need to do is redistribute wealth to people who can spend the money and create demand. The need has never been more acute, and basic income is such a sensible strategy, an elegant strategy for moving in that direction. 100 years ago, when my ancestors in Wales were mining coal, we didn't have a 5-day work week. We didn't have a 40-hour work week. We didn't have employment insurance. We didn't have a pension plan. None of those things existed. They were seen as progressive, lofty, ambitious, unaffordable at the time. We have them all now, and none of us would question the importance of those things. Canada has always led when it comes to progressive policies. And some people will say, well, things are pretty good in Canada right now. We've got a safety security net. It's not good enough. We need to continue to lead. And it's my honor to participate in events like this and try to represent a voice of business. I am in the 1% at the moment, but we need to do just so much more in order to level the playing field and make Canada a safe, happy home for all of us. Thank you very much.